Grantastic evening, everybody. T-NocK here. Welcome back to Solar Shield. You might be getting a double header here at the Garden GreeNz with your host T-NocK. We got regiment. You know, I'm not really doing them justice. I mean, I keep catching them on the union break, and but you know, believe it or not, these guys are protectors of the community, Garden GreeNz, and I just keep catching them on union breaks. So, my apologies, Sheriff. Anyways, I wanted to bring you around a little bit. Oh, speaking of which, you know, I talk about Source Shield, and the energy it gives me since I've focused a lot more on self-improvement, self-reflecting, the spiritual world, which wasn't even a part of my life when I was 38 and before. And it was the craziest thing is spirituality entered my life when I cleansed my body. Like, I was a heavy drinker. I mean, almost a daily drinker of hard alcohol. You know, I get those little vodka poppers. You know, I mean, it was getting to a ridiculous degree, but I didn't view it like that. Not with the mindset. Alcohol is tricky, you know, and all you out there in denial. That's the power of alcohol. At least for me, it was. Functioning alcoholic. Not to mention the chewing tobacco, poor entertainment content. Anyways, spirituality didn't enter my field of awareness or consideration while I had all that in my system. I guess what I'm getting at is when I kicked out the matrix, the beverages, you know, they push the alcohol. You look at what they do not push the alcohol in. It's, you know, the list is nothing compared to what's involved, like the advertisement. But I'm not here to bash it because it's everyone's free will. I'm just trying to help those who struggle with that decision. And what I did helped me return to source. And I didn't have even the mindset or consideration with all that garbage in my system. So I eliminated that, which is difficult. That's the challenge. That's the matrix challenge. Can you break free from these addictions? That's it, you know? And it's easier said than done. I get it, people. Well, T-NocK was there. Chewing tobacco, just... It looked like you're spitting coffee. You know, spitting coffee. I can't believe my girlfriend used to even kiss me while I did that. I mean, not while I was chewing, but just, you know. And I brush the teeth often. I don't brush my teeth. All right, I take pride in the smile. I might not have the best smile. All right, got these fake teeth in front. Yeah, I just had some damages when I was younger. All right, I wasn't my higher self back then. So cut me some slack, man. But I made these decisions later in life where I wanted to improve myself. And it wasn't until like 4 months. You hearing me? 4 months. Man, these things are just not clanking. You know, this was another project. All right, people? I wouldn't be doing this when I was 260, swinging all that alcohol, eating garbage. None of this stuff would be here. Just, yeah, these are great by the way. Ooh, be careful here. These things are just getting battered, though. But anyway, you know, the sun just beats on the side of my son. He'd be sitting in here studying. This is his room. He'd be studying and sweating at the brow. I'm like, what's going on here? He's just like super hot. he may have not been sweating, okay, but it was warm in there. And I'm like, man, that sun is just beating down. Just blam, blam, finish him. So we got these that pull down too. But great investment. Keeps the sun off the walls, basically what I'm trying to get at. Back to the layer. Yeah. 4 months. And you might be going, why do you keep flip the table? We were staying in this. This is for my son's senior project, people. Okay? If you were curious. This was made from scrap 2x6s from this job. Are you hearing me? We're reusing stuff here at the Garden GreeNz, okay? Okay? We try to utilize everything we have. That's how we roll here. Anyways, all this was what that used to be. So anyways, boom, we're just sealing it, long story short. I forgot where the heck I was at. Anyways, it took 4 months, I believe, is where I was at, for clarity to kick in. I literally was just like middle of the day, and I'm like, I felt source. And that's when God really entered my life. And I'm sharing this with you now, 6 years later, 5.5 years later. I put the pieces together now. It took my personal decision without source. Okay? It took my personal free will to quit all of that. And when I stuck with it, which was 4 months, all right, maybe 4 months and some change, but it was 4 months, it clicked. It was like that connection with source had been accessed again, available. You know, the pineal, whoa, she's got the vacuum. It was like the pineal had been decalcified, and that was the moment of awakening. And that's when source came into my life. I made the decision, the free will choice to better myself. And when I hit a certain level of cleanse, of detox, source, God came into my life. And ever since then, every challenge, every correction I've wanted to make due to self-reflection, source has been there with me. And I want to share that with people. I felt the love of God. It's beautiful. I don't ever want that to stop. So every decision involves source. But it took effort to get there. We can get into the dark nights of the soul. Trust me. Whew, rough. I'm in a real awakened soul, and I'm still awakening and improving. And I'll tell you this right now. I know there are some of our brothers and sisters of the 144,000 that did not make it. Hurts to say that. That's how rough and brutal those dark nights of the soul can be. And everyone's is different, I understand. But I can easily see people not making it. Chosens. Many are called, chosen are few. Okay? There's a lot of inner work involved in the spiritual awakening. And you can never go back. Anyways. Do I want to go the awaken route, or do I want to go Central? We got choices here. Oh, anyways, this is what I was going to get at. We'll get back to source. This, it's looking a little dandery. Okay, this is the one inside. Anyway, that's one of the projects that we got to do. I want to clean that off. Let me grab my coffee. You know, I got some Archaics coffee I have yet to try out. I don't know if Archaics, Jason of Archaics, but I got a crazy story for that guy involving the Phoenix in a vision I saw years ago. And this came after my awakening. Changed me forever. So maybe one day I'll chat with the guy. I like his I love his content, actually. Anyway, let's get this thing going. I gotta blow this off. Gotta clean this off, man. Whoa, what was that? Man. And that thing's blowing on my face when I'm sleeping, just breathing that in. Just no wonder I got so many boogers. Get all that dander in your nose, you wake up, you're like blowing out nuggets. Man, I don't even know what those nuggets consist of. Probably a little bit of regiment. Oh, you know you got teen flakes in there. We got 3 teens in the house. They got the crusties. I mean, they're clean for the most part, but you know, come on. Hit the like. If you got teens, you got crusties, okay? It's just period. I was a teenager too, so hey, don't get mad. I've been there. Been one to blame for Krusty. Anyways, I'm gonna return to cleaning all this. I wanted to check back in. I'm building up steam, confidence. It's the confidence thing, and I just told myself, you know, what's going to make me feel alive? Because I'm still at my Matrix job. All right, I'm going on 17 and a half years, midnights, 11 p.m., 7 a.m. right now, but it's fluctuated, people. It's gone from 10 p.m., 6 a.m., 12 a.m., 8 a.m., looking at you like, what, clock in, sign that off. Anyways, it's been all right to me. And you know what I do? Here's what has changed my perspective since I've become one with source, since I've returned to source once again, is I'm starting to look at things like glass half full. You know, my job's got 3 shifts. I can go, man, I'm on midnights, blah, blah, blah. You got options when you get to seniority. You know what I'm saying? You get up there in the ranks, you know, get some whiskers. They call them whiskers. You get them whiskers under you. You can have options. I mean, you can utilize, you know, as long as there's stuff to bid, but you can utilize day, swing, midnights. So I've always had the option, and I'm just following source, and my route's been pretty good to me so far, but I've put in work on a daily basis. It's a daily thing. Spirituality and self-improvement is not a part-time job. Okay, you're going to hear me say that a lot. What is gnawing on the back of my neck, man? These things have been tearing me up. It's not even mosquitoes. Something chewing on me. Better not be ticks. You know, I can handle a mosquito. I can handle, you know, something else nibbling on me. But get them ticks off of T-NocK. T-NocK, no ticks. You know what I'm saying? No ticks for T-NocK. Write that in the comment section. No ticks for T-NocK. But I'll take some likes. But don't hit the like twice, because it negates it. And if you struggle with hitting the like button, just ask a friend. Say, hey, bro, can you hit the like for me? I'm sure they'll help you out. Anyways, if you enjoy this content, stick around. I'm going to keep flowing. I'm feeling good. It makes me feel good. It makes source feel good. I want to share my story. Yeah, I'm a little goofy. I can be serious. I got some knowledge, but also, you know what? I'm not the smartest guy. All right? Whoa, this caught my eye. Oh, since we're, you know, this was a blackberry bush. This is danger, danger, danger. I got my phone hanging over this. You know, what did I tell you? I'm not the smartest guy on the block. I had my phone hanging over the trough, grabbing the blackberry bush. Really? Am I going to sacrifice a phone for grab? So anyways, here. This guy was growing on the side of the shed I showed earlier. And I yanked him out, like Predator ripping out the spine. If I should replant that, or if we should chuck it. I'm kind of mixed on that. So why don't you leave it in the comments what I should do with this little blackberry bush? Because I'm thinking if I prune it properly, I can manipulate the growth. We could have a blackberry bush, not crawling all over everything, but I don't know if they can grow that way. So that was an idea, because look, this is living to me. Being creative, being one with source, being one with the yard, earth. I should be grounded right now, but you don't want to be caught barefoot on this. Look, zoom in. These are, don't let it fool you. Those are all stickers, okay? And now they're turning brown, and you step on that brown barefoot, you're gonna be hurting. So we'll ground later, okay? We'll ground later. Just calm down. We're gonna ground later, but we're gonna take. And we're going to chuck it, or we're going to plant it. So I'll read the comments. We'll see what happens. Anyways, until next time, never let your light dim. T-NocK out.